So speak like you love yourself, think like you love yourself, eat like you love yourself, and care for your natural hair like you love yourself. All right, beautiful beings, it is Amena and I am welcoming you back to the channel. Today's video is a bit of a sad one for me because y'all have found the smoking gun that removes all doubt that the stylist responsible for the Cut It Kinky and the 30-day hair detox and no oils, no butters methods actually had knowledge that the things that they were advising were not in the interest of best hair care practices. And that's a very sad thing, because when I entered the conversation on Jen's channel, hey Jen, and we had an opportunity to not only speak about the flaws in the individual methods, right? The curly cuts and the removal of oils and butters from the regimen, but also take a very, very, very deep dive into the ingredients of majority of the recommended products to you all for that particular, process or just general styling. If you haven't watched it, it's long but very informative. So head on over if you're interested in knowing how the ingredients in the products factored into the damage also. Both of us were still in the place of give the stylist grace. We don't believe that this was intentional. And then here we go with the original folks who have spoken up, namely Shelly B. She been doing her work. She been keeping her foot on their neck. She been digging and staying consistent and vocal about warning people of the dangers of this method. But I came across Shelly's video the other day. It pops up in my recommendations, girl, so I'll be checking you out. I comment sometimes, but she shared a video in which the two stylists were going back and forth about the flaws of the Cut It Kinky method, with the curly cut method, because it wasn't even called Cut It Kinky at that time, I don't believe.
While it's stretched, treatment, but I'm also getting my hair cut while it's stretched because I noticed how crazy the ends were, and you can't catch those always with curly cuts, or you don't want it to be cut curly because they'll cut off more than you want cut off.
Wait, what did she just say? Let's run that back.
Getting my hair cut while it
this the curly cut method in general, which is also the same as the diva cut, I'll have y'all know. Then Elise went on to chime in to say how she always uses like a cream on top of her gels.
Now wait a doggone minute. Aisha, I'm gonna need you to explain this deep conditioning thing, because is it do as I say but not as I do?
different. Like, I literally am deep conditioning my hair weekly because, again, I'm blonde and I choose to keep being blonde.
And Elise, I have a question for you too. Are we still using a cream with a gel or no? Okay, thanks.
When I use an aloe-based gel here in Georgia in the summertime, I always put a cream on top of it that is not aloe-based or glycerin-based. I'm giving y'all my insulin.
And which are direct opposite of what they were advising y'all to do as a part of this, detox method, and recommending these cuts that don't get all of the ends like they're supposed to. Just jet styling in general. And so I want to have y'all all know that, the holding product is always the last thing you want to do, right? So after you wash and condition your hair, whether you leaving in a leave-in, a styler, or both, those are the things, that is the product that is going to have the things that are most nutritive to your hair. So that you always want to put that on first, and then you put your holding product on to, you know, hold everything, seal everything, crisp it on in, right? That is the proper way. That is the way that makes sense to do your hair, okay? So yes, the oils, the butters, whether they're raw or in a formulated product, are necessary to our hair health. I think we can all touch and agree on that at this point. They're necessary. Don't ever omit them. Don't listen to nobody. I mean, everybody from the coiliest kink to straight on, you know, on down straight uses some form of it. Okay, don't ever remove it. They're necessary. But like I said, in the video that Jen and I did, and it was a 3-hour long thing, I think, or 2-hour long thing, but
today's video, today's live, wow, well overdue. I've seen a lot of your comments. A lot of you guys are excited. So am I, because I want to get into these ingredients. I want to get into these products. I want to get into all the things with Amena today.
The short end of it is, yes, the curly cut method is flawed. The recommendation to remove oils and butters from the regimen is flawed. And then the ingredients in these products themselves are detrimental to the cuticle of your hair, your scalp, and your overall health. And so, thank you, Shelly. Thank you, Rosie. I had a brief email conversation with you about it early on. African Hair God, you know, has been vigilant and vocal since the beginning in supporting the ladies that were coming out. And then when Jen was looking for an additional professional voice, because professionals are just like hiding in the corners and the cracks. And to be fair, there's still a lot of them that just really didn't know, right? They didn't know, they couldn't see the flaws in the method. They just didn't understand it, because if they did, would they really have taken the classes? Like, would they really have signed up for the education if they could identify, okay, there's something wrong here? Because I'm going to tell you, I didn't, and I wouldn't, because I am, you know, I guess old school in my methodology, and I don't see the reason to reinvent the wheel when it comes to a lot of things, and especially when it comes to calling coily hair tight curls. It's coily hair to me. So when you come talking to me about a tight curl, well, I don't know what that is. It doesn't exist. And you know, coils have their needs, curls have their needs, waves have their needs, straight hair have their needs, combination hair has its needs. To me, it's the same as someone who is talking about black hair or white hair or Asian hair. Like, what is that? Or Indian hair, right? Because my knowledge and experience allows me to know that people of the same ethnic background don't all have the same hair, even in the black community. So I'm gonna need you to demonstrate a little bit more specificity when you're talking to me about hair, especially if you're a professional. Like, I don't have that expectation of a client or a customer, like, no. But if y'all on that wave, fantastic. But if you're a professional, you're not going to talk to me about something that does not exist, and then I'm going to take you seriously. So give those stylists that signed up for the classes some grace. Give the you know, they are victims too, is basically what I'm trying to say. And Shelly did come to that realization as she's, you know, processing through everything that has happened over the last 2 years. Now, I do understand that there has been some sort of apology issue, and the only reason why I understand it is because I watched one of Shelly's most recent videos. I ain't go looking for it. And to all of you who have been affected, I want you to consider, like, y'all get together and talk amongst yourselves about what it is you want to have happen, what it is you need from this, because an apology this late in the game is not going to fix the damage. Even if it came earlier on, it's not going to fix the damage. It's not going to get you your money back. And touch and agree. Y'all get together and figure out what it is that y'all want to have happen, besides an apology that may or may not be genuine at this point, right? From what I understand, it don't take no more than 2, maybe 3 people to go on and file a class action. These haircuts are not cheap. These products are not cheap. The schedule on which they were recommended to you is frequent. I had, maybe a handful of clients that will go back and forth and eventually decide to stop going back because, the methods weren't methoding and their, the hair isn't thriving. And I'm like, listen, you could keep doing this, but you're not going to get the results that you want with your hair. And so you have some decisions to make, right? But I'm a solutions-oriented person. I always have been. So there's only so many times I'm going to talk about the same thing before I'm like, okay, there's enough on that. If you want to know about that, it's over here. And then we're moving on to other problems that need answers or solutions. And so my purpose here in the online natural community at this point is to bring the natural back to natural hair, y'all, like from a holistic perspective, because there is just simply we have gone way too far to the left with these unnatural products, with all these synthetic ingredients that are just fillers, and a lot of times damaging to our hair and to our health. So we need to be coming to a place where we understand that we are natural beings. Our hair is natural organic matter. It thrives when it is given other organic natural matter that supports its health, its growth, its regeneration, right? These synthetics are only capable of, coating and patching at best. And like I said, they will break your hair down. If they contain a certain, the wrong combination of synthetics. So they're wholly unnecessary, except for allowing them to sit on the shelf and, increase the profit margin for the makers. They are not necessary for what your hair actually needs. And so to sum it all up and put a nice bow on it, I was having a conversation about hair products and hair with a sister friend of mine not too long ago, and the way I put it to her is these ultra processed natural hair products that are sitting on the shelf for months and years on end are the equivalent of the ultra processed unnatural foods that are sitting on the shelf for months and years on ends in these stores. And when you're putting them on your hair, exclusively these ultra processed hair products that contain an abundance of harmful synthetics, you're essentially doing the equivalent of sitting around eating Takis and Doritos and processed packaged non-fresh food for every meal and expecting to be healthy, expecting your hair to be healthy when you're giving it a lower form of nutrients, a lower form of, care. So that's what you're doing. If you want to have the healthiest hair, the healthiest scalp, the healthiest overall health, you will be heavily all natural, raw or blended, but all natural, organic. That is where you will lean. And the ones that have a heavy rotation of natural and organic products, hair is in better shape, reaches, their length goes without a significant loss of density, because your hair will survive these things that we know, right? Your hair will survive these synthetic toxic products, but will it thrive? No, it won't. So, y'all found the smoking gun. Decide what y'all want to have happen next. and move in that direction. And of course, continue to sound the alarm for those who are entering the natural hair space and thinking that all professionals have their best interest at heart and genuinely care about the health of their hair. Keep sounding the alarm, because unfortunately we didn't all learn that with the discovery of these videos, that, you know, Shelly and African Hair God, I'm not sure if you shared it too, Rosie. I ain't went that deep all off into it. That y'all have shared in the last week or so. It's just not the case. Everybody's not in it for altruistic reasons. Everybody's not in it because they genuinely love natural hair. They love themselves, and they want to educate you on how to do that. Some people are simply there, brands included, to take your money and prey on your ignorance and then laugh about it on a video. And
Yeah, consumers don't know nothing. Y'all don't know a lot. Y'all don't know what.
I'm saying, Mrs.
things about
Misinformed.
your hair.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but what she just said kind of has me in my feelings.
And that, you know, quite frankly, is disgusting. It's disgusting to sit up and say that these clients or consumers think they know things and they don't know, and then y'all turn around and prey on that. That is disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. And y'all need to figure out, beyond a apology that I'm going to call hollow at this point, how you are going to make amends for that, how you're going to atone for that. And you need to first, you know, go ahead and holler at God by whatever name that you call it. Get right there and then figure out how you're going to make right by the people that you've harmed, because you can't even deny that you didn't know. So, I'm sorry to even have to make this video. Like, it really bothers my spirit. But like I said, you know, my purpose here is a little bit different. I need us to get back to what's natural. I need us to become knowledgeable and educated, you know, consumers about what we're putting on our hair, what we're putting in our body. And so my content is centered around that. My content is centered around what's best and highest for your hair and your health, and how to help you avoid pitfalls along the way. That is my primary purpose for being here, because we need it. And I definitely have, you know, several resources available to y'all to support y'all in that, and those will be linked in the description. But how are we moving forward, y'all? Positivity, love, truth, honesty, and just good vibes, right? Like, that's what we need going forward. And so I'm here to support y'all. Like I said, anybody that wants to learn a little bit more about the holistic path and how to best do it for yourself, or, you know, just even on the shelf products that, excuse me, let me sip on this water. Like, how to best identify products that are truly natural, not just calling them natural. You know, I have resources available for you, and coaching as well, because it's necessary. I wish it weren't, but it is. And so I'm going to cut it here and wish you all a healthy, happy hair journey, a healthy, happy health journey. Encourage you to focus on the positive, focus on solutions, focus on what you can do, and, you know, helping others have a safe and happy and healthy natural hair journey. Until the next one, peace and healthy hair blessings. See you soon.